Well, greetings, this is Gilles Mancier. I wanted to come and say hello, to share a few thoughts. First, I'm going to pull out a few cards, and I'm going to share a few thoughts, to three, and then I'm going to briefly show three paintings, and then I'm going to finish with a little song to finish on musical note. So, what are the situation for us today? From the Voyager deck, here the situation is the preserver. It is preserving, it is putting our energy towards those things that needs to be preserved. So it is about knowing that everything grows, and the more we put our energy towards things, the faster they grow. What is visible before us is the actor. It is how all those plays, life is here, it's a kabuki actor, but in essence it says that life, we all playing roles. So until we can find out who we really are, then we need to play certain role, and then we can change role. There is no role we have. But the only thing we have to know is that we are the main actor within our life. This is very important to know, and not to give too much power to the other actors within our life, for you to know that you are also the director of your life. What is invisible, that will come into the field of possibility, is the world of change. So there is incredible change. It does not say what the changes will be. It is something that we'll have to keep in balance, equilibrium always, not to always keep to stay within the center as much as possible. What we are working on is a breakthrough. It is like a real breakthrough. It's like the volcanoes that erupt. It is a very unusual thing that will. It is an unusual time, but it is something that happens that makes the whole process change. It is like turning around the corner and having a different landscape. And the outcome to that will be integrity, to be more within our power, to be more within our empowerment. It is about being truthful as much as possible, to be aware that our thoughts are creative, and to only empower those positive thoughts, and know that to let go of all negative thoughts that can come into our head, in order to move into the field of choice that is fully positive in relationship to kindness and joy. So that we can move into this frequency. In essence, what we're seeking is to explore, to know ourselves. So how do we know ourselves? Eventually we want to discover the universe, for we are one and the same with the universe. If we know ourselves, we will know the whole universe. And so there is a great deal of newness in the connection, to this reconnection to all this great energy, because we, even in the physical world, we know that we are more than just what we are being told to believe, for there is more to life. There's many things we don't know about life, and so like Shakespeare said, to thine own self be true, but we do not know who we are, so we have to play a role until we know who we are, with the great I am that I am. Then we'll be true to that great self, to that great. We'll be able to let God take over the wholeness of our life, and as we integrate new frequency, we'll move into total satisfaction. No matter what life brings us, if we are in the total satisfaction effect and gratitude, everything shifts towards a fully integrated self. What we are seeking to do is to resolve the human equations. For that is it is essentially the physical, the mental, and the emotional have to be always aligned. For the mental is a bridge between the spiritual and the material, and when the spiritual and the material are aligned, there is an eternal oneness and no need for thoughts beyond that. But as soon as the mental and the emotional are separated by time and space, then the mind needs to intervene in order to bridge those lack of alignment. So we are meant to align those three bodies. For that will be the emotional body being the key to the spirit realm, and the mental is where we work, where we live. We live in a mental, mainly the physical plane is secondary to our mental emotional experience. For even the mental body is not dissociated from emotion. They are, but on the earth we have this power, this part of the human equation, that emotion are really the guiding post towards to let us know whether we are in alignment or out of alignment. And so we'll be discovering more of that. We'll move on to as we allow this light to work through us, we become more satisfied, and when we move with the flow without having to wonder anything, or to carry with us all kinds of burden from the past. So I did not really comment on that painting. I wanted to comment first on that painting. It's a painting that I started in 2008. It's called visitors. They are those spaceships coming into our solar system, present the solar system. It's the generation before the ones that was here before that I will show again. So here, in essence, it is 2008. I finished it in 2016, but it's a very magical painting. There's a lot of things to it. I started it during the end of the Maya calendar, so I was very influenced by this Maya energy, which is connected to the Egyptian connection or energy. And here we have this like solar wheel, and then Mercury with an eye here, the messenger of the sun, and Venus, the Earth, Mars. And here we have Pax. It's a planet that was destroyed. It was called Maldek. It was inhabited by giants and giants animals, giant people. And then there is a great Jupiter here. There's Saturn here, and there's Uranus. And then here is a planet that I put in. It's the only planet. It's the only time this planet appeared in my paintings, but it's called Nibiru. It's a planet that was that's kind of a rogue planet that used to come in. That had some influence on a civilization. Here there's the divine planet Chiron, Chiron, yes. Here there is Neptune, and I started to integrate a few small asteroids like Vesta, Ceres, Pallas Juno, Black Moon Lily. So I started expanding with new little symbols. For the symbols are key to portals to higher truth, higher light. And then eventually I evolved those. I made a series of 3 paintings that were with 150 different symbols of 100 different planet, for there are millions and millions and millions of planets in our solar system, because there are millions of planets that we do not know, that are outside of the orbs of Pluto, that are on the outer skirts, and there's all kinds of things going on over there. And then in the asteroid belt there are thousands of asteroids, and some of them are very meaningful, powerful astral influence. They used to be the matter of Pax that was destroyed, and now the consciousness has been split. But it will be reunified at the end for everything, all the stars, all the people, all the planets, all the stars, all the galaxies have for destiny to fuse and merge into the light, the perfect divine light, so they may be eternally settled in light and life. And this is our own destiny, once we can merge into the life, when a planet merges into the light, when the solar system, constellation, a galaxy, a constellation, a universe, all is meant to move towards the light. So it is a very slow and eternal process, and there is no hurry or rush. But as we become aware of those eternal connections, we are more able to enjoy on a deeper level all those times of life. Last painting I wanted to show is this little painting. It says "Be you perfect," and it's been damaged actually here. But I didn't think it was meant restoring, because within Lao Tzu said the infinite perfection is so perfect that it looks imperfect. And so this is it says "Be you perfect," and it's signed and dated 1999. Originally it was a propaganda board. It was Uncle Sam that says "I want you," and so it was this, and then I turned it into this little magnificent little board. And when there was the old story, all paintings have stories, and when there in 2000 I was in a party in New York City, and I showed my portfolio to a gentleman I met, and he was the director of the Jazz Museum in Brooklyn, and he told me that he thought that his painting was the most powerful of all that I have ever met. He said, "I wish we could see that reminder, 'Be you perfect,' on all the billboards and everywhere in New York." They wanted to see that. I said, "Well, I agree." So, but it hasn't happened yet, but you never know. So this is a very strong, but it's a very small but powerful painting. And so I'm going to finish with a little song. I hope this message was interesting for you. It's a beautiful song. It talks about how we have to make life beautiful every day. We have the possibility to make life even more beautiful. It goes like this. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying how do you do. They're really saying I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They love much more than I'll never know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh yeah. Well, thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.